Hi, Clare Hamilton.
Hello, Sara Cox.
Welcome, lovely people, to Teen Commandments, the show where we try to untangle the often fascinating brains of our teenagers. Hope you've had a lovely week, Clare. Lovely to see you. And oh my God, I cannot believe that on the last episode I forgot to ask you about meeting your son's girlfriend for the first time.
Yeah.
We were chatting all about how he was suggesting you go out for Italian and you were going to get leathered. Did it go well?
It went really well. She's really nice. She's lovely. She's really a really sweet girl. I didn't intend to, but I got a little bit tipsy.
Yes.
I had about 2 or 3 Prosecco's and that's it. It's gone. It's in my head.
Didn't you mention there was a cocktail as well?
Oh yeah, there was a cocktail as well.
That'll do it. 2 or 3 Prosecco's and a cocktail used to be our prinks.
Yeah,
they used to be our little warm-up drinks while we all, sang along to All Saints Never Ever, singing into Roll On Deodorants, didn't we, getting ready? There'd be a few of us all getting ready, singing along to that. And we would bosh loads of drinks.
Wouldn't touch the sides.
Wouldn't touch the sides. And now we're such cheap dates.
I know.
And was it lovely? Is he sweet with her? And
Yeah.
Yeah? And was there any awkward pauses in conversation? Did your daughter go in the end?
Yes, she came as well.
Did she get a new outfit? Like she was saying, I've nothing to wear. I need a brand new outfit, shoes, hairdo and nails for it. Did she get all of that
No,
out
she
of
didn't
you?
get all of that. She did try though, because she does that whole, well, I can't come then. Because I've got nothing to wear. And I'm like, all right, don't come then. Next thing, she's there.
She's like, fine, okay.
Yeah, it was really nice. We went to my son's favourite Italian and it was really nice watching him because he was sat at the table with 3 women and I was quite intrigued to watch how he was with that. And he was just checking everyone had a drink and he kind of took over the whole evening and he was,
He was very nice.
talking to the waiters.
It's like Tony Soprano.
I know.
Was he talking to the waiters like,
Yeah.
hey Luigi, bring me my
He
special.
He was, because he was showing off a bit because he knows the waiters because he's in there all the time.
Is he?
Yeah.
So what, he loves this restaurant?
He loves this restaurant. He goes after the gym and he has the same dish every single time. And they've got quite
Cute.
familiar with
That's
him and
so
stuff.
nice.
And the owner was like, oh, I really want to meet your mum. And then the owner couldn't make it in.
Yeah.
Which I felt a bit mother of the bride because I was like, yes, I'm here. I'm the mother.
It's me.
Excuse me as I walk in and do I have a special seat? But yeah, it was lovely. And they didn't charge us a bill, which was amazing.
That's mad for the entire...
Yeah, we had oysters, his girlfriend and I, because she was like, oh, I love oysters.
I mean, look, I love your son. I did use the analogy Tony Soprano. Why aren't they charging him?
Oh, no.
Are they scared? Oh, my God. Is your son running a mafia? Because he seems like a very nice boy and it doesn't
He's a
seem
lovely
likely
boy.
at all.
He hasn't got it in him to run a mafia.
Oh, no, that's true. Because he'd be like, Mum, will you run the mafia today?
I know, I'm a bit tired. I'm having a nap.
Oh, I left a man tied up in boot at car. Will you deal with it? Oh yeah, because we got where were we at the podcast awards? Where you got? Were we out for dinner just before we were going to the podcast awards? And what did your text from him say?
Can I have some food, please?
And also, yeah, please. It was really sweet.
He always says please and thank
Something
you.
so cute about that. Can I have some food, please?
He always does, and every time he eats his food, he brings a plate down and he always says thanks, Mum. Unlike my daughter, who's the other end of it, but he's sweet.
Yeah, funny. So he didn't yet again. He didn't know that you were down in London.
It's every single time.
Does he think you just hide under the stairs? Where does he think he is? Because you have got a nice house, but it's not a massive house where you could be hidden that easily. He just presumes you're always there.
He just thinks I'm pottering about somewhere, but he just
shows what a good mum you are. That you've always. He just thinks you're always there for him. Yeah. That's basically it.
I think kids do though, don't they? They think if you're not in your usual place, like, where are you? Yeah. What are you doing?
There was a good. Although I was going to say, sadly, with mine, I think they're more surprised when I'm here at the moment because I'm so busy. Let's not talk about that. I'll cry again. You missed last week's episode. Me and Claire started off by crying. Could happen at any time now as well, to be honest. Let's push through. There's a great thing on Insta that I saw where there was that guy who was he did like a skit of like me when I was 12 and mum wasn't in her usual place. And it's like him walking in to find his mum in the kitchen and like, Mum, where are you? She's died. Oh no,
real panic.
She's on the loo. It's fine.
So what about you? What's going on with you? I know that you are, you're just doing everything. You're spinning plates, aren't you, at the minute?
Well, I'm training for the Children in Need Challenge.
Yes.
I had a sports massage with this awesome woman. I had a bit of a girl crush on her. Not in a weird way, as in like, God, she's really cool and she really knows her stuff. She was Canadian, called Leanne.
Okay.
And she was just brilliant. And also, I hate being... You know when you lie on your front and if someone's massaging you, do you ever feel like you're going to trump?
No.
No, me neither. Bloody hell, Claire. Could have just lied.
I just wanted to say no. I do, actually.
Do you? Because when they're manipulating the bottom of your back, that's got to be like near your bowels and stuff in there. And if it just, I get paranoid that I'm going to let out a little poot in her face. A bit like, you know, the air fresheners where they go, puh, and they just send out a little puff of air. So paranoid I'm going to do that. And in my head, I'm like, this girl's so cool. She's going to be my Canadian friend and she's going to teach me how to play ice hockey. I'm doing all this in my head.
And I'm going to fart in her face.
And I'm going to fart in her face and it'll ruin everything. But that didn't happen, luckily. So I'm just trying to look after myself and I'm just trying to, you know, I keep doing long runs. Like I did a 9-mile run on Saturday, which I've never done in my life. Well, I nearly got home and it was 8 miles on my app and I thought, bloody hell, I've done 8 miles before, so I need to do another mile because for my brain, I need to have gone more each time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So instead of going left towards my house, I turned right. And I was with Daisy, the big dog, and you know how active she is. And even she was like, fuck's sake.
Really?
Home's that way. Like
She was just pulling. Like, what are you doing?
No, we've got to go around the block, go around a big block.
How long
And
did that take you?
It took me quite a while, and a lot of it, I was distracted because I needed a wee.
Right.
And because of the storms and stuff and the bad weather, all the parks were shut. So I ran to Primrose Hill, shut. That was my first wee stop. Thought, right, I'll carry on to Regent's Park, also shut. At one point, I was like, I'm just going to have to squat. Like, that's what it could have been a political protest after Trump's visit. I could have squatted at the American embassy. Can you imagine? There'd be grainy footage of me and you on News at 10 just squatting outside the embassy. Being wrestled and me just shouting, think of the children, I'm doing it for children in need.
There's going to be loads of grainy footage of you squatting.
Needed a wee. Yeah. I thought of you know, when you said you weed on the beach that time through your leggings. Yes. I thought maybe I'd just go and sit on the grass and somehow pull down my running shorts and just wee on the grass, but in a sitting position. And hope that the soil was, you know, absorbent.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. Do you know, I got a text after that podcast by one of my friends saying, you've hit a new low when you're talking on the pod about pissing on the beach.
Have the anal beads one yet? They'll be back onto you. Oh no, they're trying to do an intervention on you.
I did get another text of someone saying, why would you admit to that? I was like, it's just all tongue in cheek. I didn't really do that.
None of it's happened. Not the stuff that we talk about on the pod. None of it
has happened. I'm not even called Claire.
Way back, yeah, exactly. Way back from Procrastiwank. I mean, that seemed wild back then, didn't it?
I know, that was nothing.
We talk so much like, should we keep procrastinating? It's really rude. I mean, Jesus. It's like someone spritzes us with truth serum when we walk through the door, isn't it? We've got no control.
I think it's because it's just us in the room and there's people.
This is the danger and the beauty of the pod. We're just like making each other laugh. Just got Yaz in the background still on that poster.
This is what's changed everything.
If you want to see us, by the way, we're up on YouTube. It's just funny that I've just got your spirit animal and your style icon, Yaz.
No one understood it then when I was really into it.
Well, earlier on when I was setting up the cameras, I went, Yaz is looking great in the background, and you were like, she was always great. It's just no one else saw it but me. I was thinking, quite a few people did see Claire. Did. She was massive in the 80s.
It wasn't all down to you, Claire.
Coming up a little bit later on, a story from Claire, and it's the best kind of story because it's the story where she's had to wait for a little while before she's been able to tell it for legal reasons. So that's coming up in a little bit. And broadly, we're talking about jobs and interviews, when your kids have to get interviewed for a job, how they handle it, and how you can maybe help. That's a little bit later on. But for now, it's the time of year where the kids are getting their school reports.
Yeah.
And it's hell. No, it used to be back in the day, you'd get a tatty little paper booklet, wouldn't you, from school?
Yeah.
with your form teacher written on the front and your form and your
That's
name.
it. That's it.
And at the front would be a non-committal sort of, comment from your ed teacher who's pretended to read most of the report, but clearly hadn't. I sometimes felt like back then, and not now so much, I should say, really, because my daughter's at a lovely school, so I'm presuming the teachers know who she is. I think they do. But back then, in a massive state comprehensive, I think they were just roughly guessing who they were talking about, especially the ed teacher.
I mean, Addy got his secretary to write half of those little things.
It'd be like, Mrs. Jenkins, can you come through, please?
We've got 300 of these to get through.
You do half, I'll do half, and I'll get you a bottle of Lambrusco as a thank you. How's that? She's like, fine. Because I think they would do, those where you could make little cartoons where you can make moving pictures by you draw a little, and you flip through.
Yeah.
I think they'd flip through, and the words that would just ping out most, which in my case would be talking,
yes,
talks, chatty. They would then just go, I think Sarah seems to be doing well, but could probably concentrate more in class and talk less.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
That is all my reports used to say, basically, was lots of if Sarah put in as much effort to her schoolwork as she did to chatting, then her grades would be higher. That kind of passive aggressive. If she did this, then this would be better. But she doesn't because she's talking all the time. And I can't remember. I don't know why I was talking so much, because I look back on my school years and I was bullied most of the time. They should have put that in the fucking report because they didn't listen to us.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They should have put if Sarah, was as good at geography as she was at getting needlessly bullied and mercilessly picked on by her classmates, she'd be A star. Or they should have given me credit for it.
Yeah, well done.
She's done well.
The
in
most
history.
bullied award.
Yeah, exactly. It could have been on on the special assembly. The girl who was shoved most in the corridor and was dedicated to getting bits of paper spat in her hair and whispered about goes to. I mean, I would have got an A star if it had been for being bullied, if that had been one of the topics. Bloody hell. But I don't know, were your parents bothered about your school report? Were you nervous giving it to them?
Don't think I ever really handed them in.
Yeah, did you not? What,
No.
you didn't give it to them?
You had a slip, didn't you, to sign? Have you received the report? I just sort of signed that and I'm not in the next day. I don't think I bothered
But
too much.
like you said, handing it in to your parents, where were they? Sounds very formal.
No, the slip that you hand in the next day to say they've received it. I used to hand that in, but I think I'd throw mine in a bush on my own.
Yeah, did you not give the report to your
No.
parents at all?
No, probably.
Did you read it though? What would it have said?
Probably hated on a few of the teachers. Like, how dare she say I am the most disruptive in class? I hate her even more now. I'm going to start this. And the thing that always got me about school was afterwards, when we were doing our bits of wonderful modelling that we were doing, I was in the Manchester Evening News and it was a piece about modelling in Manchester. And it was my picture. And they put it on the big pinboard and put former pupil.
Did they?
Yeah, one of my friend's kids or somebody told me about it. And I was like, fuck off.
That's brilliant. One of our alumni.
Yeah.
Past works include setting off...
Getting suspended.
Getting suspended. What did you set off? Was it a fire extinguisher in the girls' changing room or a firework or a firework?
Wasn't just me. In fact, it wasn't me.
It was other people who set off the fire extinguisher afterwards because you'd put a firework in there. It's fine, they can't catch up,
No.
It's fine, the firework incident, it's okay.
It's all dealt with.
What were you suspended for? Was that for the firework?
Drinking.
Oh, the drinking thing where everyone went to your house and drank your booze. Mm-hmm. That's lovely that you made it up on the pinboard. I wonder if my schools have got anything up about me.
Yeah, they might do, Well, let's ring them and find out.
Yeah, let's ring them and let's record it. Put on your telephone.
Right,
voice that you
okay, we'll do it in a
sometimes
bit. Speak to you. Yeah, I'm going to.
Regarding a former pupil.
Yeah.
Is there any...
Do you have any comments?
Is there anything up there? And would you like something to commemorate her coming to the school?
Maybe you can go back and do a talk.
Oh,
to
God,
all the
that'd be my
teens.
worst. I did that for my daughter's school because they wanted to like an inspirational talk.
Oh, yes.
And all the other parents who were like lawyers and surgeons and stuff did it. And I did I really liked my talk that I did. They liked it. I had a big screen behind me.
Right.
And I did like a PowerPoint where Ben helped me do it, where I just flipped through all these different photos came up. And like one of them was like of the headlines, like
Right.
"We are not amused" and stuff, whereas I might have said a member of the royal family smelled of wee.
Yeah, they loves that.
Yeah, and all the drama over when Ali G came on Breakfast and said "motherfucker."
Oh, yes.
And all the headlines. So it was quite juicy, my
Yeah,
talk.
they loved that, wouldn't they?
Also, when someone called Matt Hancock a C word
Oh.
live on All
Live on
Request
air.
Friday with all the kids listening.
Oh, my God.
And there was all that drama. And I thought, I can't say the C word in front of all these sixth formers. And so I edited that out. Like I sort of just said C word
The
instead of saying, I could see the
C-word.
teacher be like, "Phew, who's listening at the back?" And then I finished off with pictures of me and Beyonce, then me and Eminem, and they all screamed.
They
And
loved
was
it.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And then the teacher was like, "Any questions?" And they were like, "What's Eminem smell like?" They loved it. So yeah, I mean, with my kids and their reports now,
Yeah.
because my daughter's at a great school. I mean, she works really hard, but they're just strict. They're
Yes.
strict with the grading and everything, and you get it on email now, and it's just, when you're just looking through.
Yeah.
It's just hard. You feel so protective over them. You
It's
want
very
them just
detailed.
to do so detailed.
Yeah.
And with parents' evening as well. I mean,
Oh, God.
God, it's so stressful, parents' evening, especially because you get all the Uber parents there as well. The ones who, it's a bit like speed dating, isn't it?
Yeah,
Where
it's very much like that.
and they ring a bell or whatever. You're supposed to have an allotted time, and there's always the parents who you see, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
We're not going to when they ring that bell, those two aren't moving.
They're not moving.
And the mum's got out like a bar chart and a
Yeah.
graph.
They
and
want to know
stuff.
what is their kid going to Oxford.
They want to know basically every cough and spit of what happens
Yes.
in every lesson with their child.
Yeah.
And want talking through every piece of work. And it's like they're doing like a murder investigation or something. It's like they're opening up a cold case or something. It's like, how much detail do you need? The poor woman who's the teacher is looking exhausted. You've rinsed her of every possible detail. You've interrogated her. So
Yeah.
and then when you sit down, and this was before, because when the kids get older, the kids come with you, don't they? To
Yeah.
parents' evening.
Yeah.
That's so funny when that happens.
I remember there was one teacher that I really quite fancied. And I sat down in front of him with my daughter and just went bright red.
Did you?
And I didn't hear a word he said. All I could think of was my fucking neck's going red. Just like, and I remember looking at him like, "What's up with you?" And he had such a smirk on his face because he knew.
Do you think he knew?
He knew.
Could you?
Oh.
Could you not? What could you not like look him? Because sometimes when you fancy someone, you can't quite look him in the eye because you think, oh my god, they're going to read my brain. They know exactly what's going
That's
on
what
here.
must have forced the redness because I was trying to suppress it. You and your neck goes blotchy.
Did you not try and come up with it? Were you like, sorry, I ran here.
It's very
I've
hot.
Just done a 10K or something like that.
He'd have been like, yeah, right.
That's brilliant. So this is the bit of the pod where I can just have story time with Claire. I can sit back and relax because Claire told me this story, listener, a good few months ago. And I'm like, when can we talk about it on the pod?
And I said, never.
You were like, we can't. And then I gave it a week or so. And I was like, when can we talk about it on the pod? And I was like, come on, legally, it's fine. It wasn't like, let me just say as a pre-disclaimer, she wasn't going for a job as a brain surgeon or an ambulance technician.
No.
Or anyone who would have a huge impact on anybody else's life or health.
No.
So let's just say that first. Your daughter wanted to get a job.
Yes.
She wanted to earn some money, which is very admirable.
Yeah, she wanted this job. She'd finished her A-levels and this was the next step.
Okay, she wanted to earn some dosh. Very, very good. And you'd tried to help her with her interview technique.
Yes, I'd sat her down.
Before she'd had to go for any interviews.
Yeah.
You were like, let's role play a
Let's
little
role
bit.
play. Which point I was met with, you don't really understand, you don't really know. And I said, come on, I'll talk to you like an interviewer would ask the questions. And I addressed, what are your weaknesses? At which point I was met with, well, what are your weaknesses? And it was... it just didn't go quite as I thought it might. So,
Well, no, would you get asked in an interview, sorry, what are your weaknesses?
well, yeah, I think you do get what are your strengths?
Yeah.
What can you bring to the table? And I remember it as what are your weaknesses?
Right. Because that seemed to me like a weird question.
No, I've been asked that a couple of times.
And so did you do other ones? Like, were you trying to build her up? Like, what are your strengths? What are you good at?
Yeah, and I
stuff?
think to what are your weaknesses, you can say something like, I'm a perfectionist and I need to work on that.
The fake weaknesses.
Yeah.
I'm always early.
Yeah.
And I always stay late. And people tell me I just work too hard.
I work too hard. I need to know when to stop.
Dedication really is a big weakness of mine. Okay, yeah. You can tell it's been a long time since I've had a bloody interview. So interesting. So, and did she play along at all when you were doing the role play?
No, it was really difficult. I mean, it was almost an argument. And so we kind of gave up on that. And then it came through that she got this interview by phone coming up the next day. I'm in work. She's texting me. I can't do it. They're going to be ringing me at whatever it was, 10:45.
And you're at the salon.
I'm at the salon.
Busy enough as it is.
Yeah. And in the end, she's like getting herself in a real panic. So I just dropped tools. I knew I had a spare hour and I thought I'll just go home and just give her some moral support.
Right, nice.
So I go home.
I like go and say nice, playing along like I don't know what's coming up next.
And the phone's going and she's like that, and she's really freaking out. And I'm just losing it with her at this point.
And she's almost like, she's nearing sort of panic attack, kind of like in a complete state.
Full on anxiety.
So there is no way she can take this call.
Typical teen, really, isn't it? They've got to do it. They've got to try and experience it. But me, in my parenting ways, grabbed the phone off her and went, hello?
That voice is really good.
And she's looking at me going, I don't talk like that.
I love that even if you're pulling her out of the shit, she's still having a go at you like, the impression of me's wrong.
She was doing this whole thing around me while I'm like,
It's been so defected. So come on.
she checked her name like, yeah. Okay, we're doing an interview today. They asked me all of the questions and I made sure I said a lot.
Give me an example, go on, because I love the voice.
Well, they said this is a family run business. What do you think that means? And I was going, well, I think it feels like it's got a heart in it and
Your face while you do it is how you look.
And she doesn't talk like this. She's got quite a deep voice.
It's quite like Orville.
And I'm thinking to myself, if I don't get this fucking job, I'm useless.
By that point, you're like, I fucking want this job. I'm working so hard.
And she's like, have you got any questions? Yeah. Out of this interview, what would you say I could do better on?
I bet she was going mad at you at this point. Was she just like, what are you doing? If she'd have turned up for this job, it'd have been like...
She did. She had to go. She had to go and do a trial day. And I said, you're going to have to talk like this all day. Because at the end of it, I said, when will I find out? And she said, oh, you've done really well today. I think we'd like to get you in for a trial. I was so chuffed with myself.
Well done, Claire. I'm so proud of you. That is incredible.
And she did go for the trial day. And she did have another interview at another job. And I do believe...
she doesn't speak that high. But when she turned up, she was like, so where's the... where do we put the cutlery?
Probably didn't speak at all. She's like, whatever. Like, this isn't the girl I interviewed on the phone.
She was so sunshiny on the phone.
She said something like that, saying, you've got really lovely energy.
You should have gone into the cafe and gone, can I have a cappuccino, please? And a Danish pastry. And I'd have been like,
it's her.
no, it's you.
But I do believe, because she had another interview and because she heard me on the phone, I think she went to that other interview for the job that she's now got. And I think she learnt from that. She learnt me
Yeah, she learned from listening to you.
I think she did anyway.
Impersonate her. It's such a brilliant story. That is lovely parenting, though. You're such a nice mom.
I don't think it's allowed.
You could, well, it wasn't like you were like,
It wasn't done out of like me wanting to be a really good parent. It was me like, I'm either going to do this or I'm going to flipping kill her. Give me the fucking phone.
You're like, I've got two options.
I've got to be back in work in half an hour, and if you don't answer the phone, we're going to have a meltdown.
You're like, barrels under the dryer. I've got to get back. I've just got to quickly do this. I mean, they say women can multitask. That is very, very impressive. But I think also you could, to be fair to you and to give you some credit on this, you could have been a bit like, all right, this is a life lesson.
Yeah, I should have
You're
done
going to
that.
miss the interview.
Most parents would do that.
A normal person would have done that. Yeah, they 100% would have done. You're going to go and you're going to miss the interview, you're not going to get the job.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no.
The lesson is answer the phone.
Oh, so good. But then happy ending that she then went on to get a job that she enjoys, and that because she heard you, well, she was just probably like, I'm not fucking having my mum doing that impersonation again. I'm gonna have to pull my finger out and actually be interviewed myself, or you'd have been doing it all over. Oh my God. Let us know maybe if your parents help you get ready for an interview. Did like your dad lend you a tie?
Yeah.
Or did your mum do your hair for you back in the 90s or whatever?
Guaranteed some parents will have done the CV for them. 100%.
Let us know, please, any of those stories. And also when you're that age at like 17, 18, just trying to get a part-time job, but for some reason you dress like a Tory MP from the late 80s. You'll have on like a long pleated skirt and a blouse. Like you dress so old because you're just thinking that you got to dress like a grown-up or in a great big like suit jacket or something. Let us know, please, all of that good stuff about jobs, job interviews. hello@teencommandments.co.uk. As ever, we love it if you share this episode. Send it to somebody that you love. Put it on your WhatsApp group for the kids' school, or just spread the TC word. Also, as well as on YouTube, we're on Facebook as well.
Yes.
You've been busy, Claire.
We are new. We have our new little Facebook page set up, so give us a follow.
Okay, what do you do for Facebook? Just search Teen Commandments and it'll pop up.
Yeah.
All right, follow us there. We're going to put loads of fun bits on
We're
there.
going to be really interacting with everyone on there.
In the meantime, we will see you Wednesday for our Your Turn episode. Mondays is our main ep. Any other business? No, just got to say we love you for listening. Thank you so much. And Claire, I love you. Bye.
Love you.